Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. You're now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. And we got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. South Carolina women's basketball team just defeated the Duke Blue Devils 83-66, 17-point victory. South Carolina moves on to 7-0. South Carolina look really good today, y'all. We look really good today. Carolina's a really good basketball team, and we're going to chop it all up. We're going to chop it all up. And thank you for tuning in to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, live and in color in the beautiful, beautiful city of Las Vegas. Holla at your boy. Well, we won by 17 points, so y'all know what time it is. You already know what time it is. I was trying my best to get out of the arena, back to the hotel room, so we could do this show, but I had to stop somewhere. I had to stop to get me some Grey Goose. Some Grey Goose, baby. That's what we're doing tonight. It is shot o'clock, so whatever your drink of choice, and you know, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. I know some folks decide to partake in some festivical. Festivical is not a word, but I just made it up. Festivical elixirs in this week. So we doing it early, and we are celebrating this victory. 17-point victory. Some Grey Goose. Cheers, y'all. Let's go, Gamecocks. Woo! South Carolina just won again. And thank you for everybody who went to the game. South Carolina, of course, takes over the arena. That's what Carolina does. We travel everywhere, blah, blah, blah. And I made it a point. To sit behind Duke's bench. I was behind Duke's bench. I'm talking about me and Wifey Will, me and Chocolate Drop herself, was literally 4 feet, 2 feet from Duke's bench. And you know I was talking noise. I was talking my stuff. I do what I do. But I like that. But Duke's a good basketball team. They are. They're a good basketball team. They just don't. And I mentioned in the pregame show, if you haven't watched the pregame show, make sure you watch those pregame shows that I do when I break down the opponents and stuff. But Duke, came out like a wounded animal. They came out on fire. They really did. But they can't do it for long stretches. They can't. Something is wrong. Duke is broken. And it pains me at times to see that they are broken because I love Kara Lawson. I do. But they are broken. Offensively, I don't know what the hell Duke be doing offensively. I'm just keeping it real. This was one of their better offensive games playing against South Carolina. They be doing some stuff. Defensively, they still play great defense. That is Duke basketball, and that is going to be a staple for them as long as Kara Lawson is there. But Duke are not a top 15 team as it stands right now on November the 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. They are not. Nobody better ever mention no mess like that again for a long time. They got a lot of stuff to fix in this basketball team, and South Carolina whooped up on them today. South Carolina shot 47% from the field, 35 for 74. We didn't shoot the three ball well at all. Okay, let's be real with that. 1 for 10. Didn't shoot the ball well from the three. Shot great from the free throw line, 75%. Beat them up on the boards. We had 43 rebounds. They had 35 rebounds. Turnovers. We only had 7 turnovers. They had 16. Those are terrific numbers. Duke, 39% for the field. That's not bad. That's not horrible. 40% from three. They was 8 from 20 from the 3-point line. They shot 77% from the free throw line. 16 turnovers. Duke was out rebounded by 8. They just can't do it for long stretches. And if you can't play extended, really good basketball against South Carolina, this is a result that's going to happen. This game could have been more than 17 points. Let's be real. Dawn Staley started taking the air out the ball the last 2-3 minutes of this game. And the result is what we got, But shout out to South Carolina women's basketball team by doing it again. And I love it. I just love it. If we break down, let's do it this way right here. Let's do it this way. For the ones who came to Vegas and represented and are continuing to represent, because we play again tomorrow. We play Texas, and I'll do the pregame on Texas tomorrow's show sometime tomorrow morning. Not quite sure what time I'll do that. But this is a really good event. Actually, it's a great event. And because you have the men's basketball, you have the women's basketball, and you have everybody, a ton of basketball fans, just celebrating and having a great time together in this space. So, and Vegas is doing a tremendous job with that. Next year, they're supposed to be adding more teams. And here's the cool thing about for the women's basketball, 4 teams, Duke, South Carolina, Texas, and UCLA. All 4 of these teams get NIL money. All 4 of these teams get upwards of $1 million in NIL money. And we know what NIL money is going to do to these programs to help these programs retain the players that we have and also bring in new players. NIL has changed the game. It has. And we can't be these old fuddy-duddies and be like, yo, I don't like no NIL. I don't want these players getting paid. Well, they're getting paid, and they're going to get paid for the rest of the foreseeable future. That ain't going to never change. And shout out to, the opportunity for these young ladies in this program to get upwards of $1 million in NIL. I love it. I love that stuff. I really do. Because if you're making billions for the conference and you're making millions, and I'm talking about basketball, I'm talking about football, you're making millions for the school, I think you should get a little share. But I'm going to get off my house about that. Our girls played well. Madina, 6'6", balled out. Madina's a problem. She's going to be a problem for the rest of college basketball this season. I see why Dawn Staley wants her for another year. She is just scratching the surface in terms of how good she could be. She's only played basketball. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. She only played basketball for 5 years. Am I wrong? Somebody help me out. Somebody help me wrong. Madina, tonight, this afternoon, 31 minutes. Okay, first of all, she was our best player, offensively and defensively. She had an efficiency of 33. Okay, she balled out. 23 points, 2 assists. Special, 13 rebounds, 2 block shots, 4 steals. She is a dynamic post player. 23 points, 13 rebounds, 2 block shots, 4 assists, efficiency of 33. Duke had no answer, none for her. She started off slow, okay? She missed a couple of bunnies that she should have hit. She still finished 11 for 18 from the field with 61%. She took a 3-pointer. She ain't had no business taking that damn 3-pointer. I'm just keeping it real. I know she was feeling herself a little bit. So that 3-pointer, but we don't need all that. You get down in the post, rebound the basketball, make those shots, and be intimidating. And that's what she is. She is intimidating. I'm just telling you the truth. She is. That girl's special. She is special, and I'm so happy that she is on South Carolina. I hope that we find a way to keep her. I'm telling you, she is. Oh, she's so good. What can I say about Joyce Edwards? Joyce Edwards was a 26 efficiency. Another great game by Joyce Edwards. We see this every single game. Every game this season, we're gonna be talking about Joyce Edwards, how good she is. Every single time. Joyce Edwards finished up with 22 points, 9 for 18 from the field, 50%. You know, 6 assists. Pretty good. Pretty good. Joyce doing Joyce things. 6 rebounds. When you get 22 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists against a Duke basketball team, I don't care if they're playing well. I don't care if they're playing poor. I don't care. It means something. I will say this every single game, after every victory, or if we lose a basketball game, Joyce Edwards is the best player in the SEC. She's the best player. There ain't no better. She gets buckets at will. She is a terrific basketball player. Y'all saw that pass she threw to Tanaya, length of the court, 94 feet for the score. Lenora Sellers couldn't have done it even better. It's real talk. Yeah, we play Clemson on Saturday, 12 o'clock. Joyce is special. She's special and only getting better and better. Number 3 tonight in terms of efficiency, because you got, and this is straight analytics, and you know how I love analytics. I'm an analytic dude. So you got Madina with efficiency of 33. You got Joyce with efficiency of 26, and you got third with Raven, efficiency of 14. It's a big drop off from those 2 players, but Raven still had a solid. If you get an efficiency of 14, that's still overall offensive and defensive. That's still solid. You know, Raven finished off with 10 points, had 6 assists, only 1 turnover. 6 assists, only 1 turnover by Raven Johnson. I'll take that every day of the week. Every single day of the week. The stats say she had no blocks and no steals. I don't know about that. Because it was the stuff. Y'all, because, and I don't like poo-pooing refs at all. I don't. But these refs suck today. They sucked in the Texas and UCLA game. They came on before Carolina and Duke. And it just weren't good. It was some calls that just wasn't, what it should have been. But Raven played well, 3 for 8 from the field at 38%. She was 0 for 2 from 3. We was terrible on the shooting the 3. But she did what she does. 10 points, 6 rebounds. 6 assists, only 1 turnover. That's terrific. Her and Joyce combined for 12 assists in this basketball game. That's excellent. That's excellent. But those were our top 3 overall elite basketball players tonight. And Madina was terrific. Joyce was amazing tonight. Awesome. And you just have to salute these young ladies tonight. Let's go through a few questions and comments. And again, thank you for the folks that are commenting. Thank you for chatting it up. And if you are making a chat, make sure you hit the like button. That I appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure if you aren't a subscriber and if you're watching on Twitter right now, if you're watching it on the regular YouTube, make sure you become a subscriber. So TJ and Lita Johnson from Indiana met those folks tonight. Shout out to those guys. Anthony from Oregon. Shout out to you. Charlie from Phoenix. Met some great people tonight. And if I didn't call your name, I just didn't do the Twitter fingers. I just didn't put it on my thing. But thank you so much for hollering at me. I really do appreciate it. We've met a lot of great people today, and so many Gamecock fans just taking over, places, and it's so great. So, but again, let's go through a few of these questions. David Langley, what's up, fam? Got to get Tessa involved. That's important. I agree with you, and David, thank you for being a member. And Tessa, Tessa had an efficiency of 4 today. She finished off with 5 points, 2 for 6 from the field, 33% from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. Tessa didn't. How can I say? I'm not gonna say she didn't play well because that'd be incorrect. I'm not gonna say that at all. But I would say this: Duke did a great job of trying to take Tessa out the game. They did a great job of taking Tanaya out the game. But that's Kara Lawson. Okay, so you can. There was an intent. They were very intentional by taking Tanaya Latson at the game. Donovan is an extremely good defender. Donovan is one of the best. Jaden Donovan is one of the best defenders in the country, bar none. She is one of the best defenders, and she played well defensively against our girls. She played well against Tanaya. She played well against Tessa, and Tessa just the looks weren't going in. She took solid shots that just weren't falling in, but that's the cool thing about our basketball team. Tanaya still finished with 12 points, 2 assists, 6 for 13 from the field, 46% from the field overall. Tessa finished with 5, but you don't have to have everybody balling out, especially against really good basketball teams. It ain't gonna happen. Everybody's not gonna play terrific against great teams. We play Texas tomorrow. Does Tessa need to score 15 points tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know if she needs to score 15 points tomorrow, because if Tessa scores 15 points, does that mean that Madina's going to score 4 points? Or does that also mean that Madina scores 25 points? We give Joyce 20 points? I don't know. What I want tomorrow, I'm real with you. I'm straight up real with you. And this is for David, and this is for everybody else, listening to me right now. I don't give a damn if Tessa scores a point tomorrow. I don't care. I don't care. And the reason I say I don't care if Tessa scores a point tomorrow, because she got to D up Madison Booker. That's her job tomorrow. She has to D up Madison Booker. Okay? Tessa got to do a best defensively, the best impersonation of Breezy Hall tomorrow. That is her job tomorrow. When Madison Booker walks down the aisle in Mohegan, we ain't in Mohegan Sun, and what's the name of this place? Mandalay Bay. And she need to be guarding her immediately. When you're going by the food court, Tessa needs to be on Madison Booker. Everywhere. That needs to happen. We got the players who can score the basketball. What we don't have is players who are 6'1" who can guard Madison Booker. She did a great job with that last season when Breezy, got a spell. But I'm telling you this right now. Tessa played 31 minutes tonight. Tessa going to play 30-plus minutes tomorrow, and a good portion of that time, she's going to be guarding Madison Booker. That energy, she has to give her. Tonight going to score, okay? Agot going to score. Our backcourt going to score. Tessa needs to guard Madison Booker, the so-called SEC Player of the Year. And ain't no shade to Madison Booker whatsoever. But I'm telling you right now, she ain't as good as Joyce Edwards. And through 7 basketball games right now, she ain't as good as Madina. Let's just keep that thing real, and let's keep it 100. Okay? Ty Cromwell, I love my girls, but we are not beating Texas, and at least at this juncture of the season. Maybe later, when our offense begins to gel, teams are packing the paint, giving us open mid-range threes. Ty Cromwell, what's up, fam? Bro, I love how you say that we ain't beating Texas, but Texas almost lost to UCLA. Did we see that? They had this big lead. UCLA came all the way back. And this is the thing. South Carolina is not afraid of no Texas by any stretch of the imagination. And Texas is a good basketball team, okay? But our offense is better than Texas offense. Come on, we got to keep it real now. We have to keep it real. Texas is a good basketball team, but I don't know what the line is right now, but I guarantee you that South Carolina is favored against Texas. I for sure know that. For sure. And we're in Vegas, so I know I'm placing a bet on that. Texas is good. Texas is good, and Carolina got to play basketball, some really good basketball. But how has Texas changed? How has Texas changed last season to us, to the season? How have they changed? And how have we changed? That is the thing. Teams are packing the paint. Well, it ain't working. They need to pack the paint more because Madina's still averaging a bunch of points and a bunch of rebounds. So it ain't happening. And if they packing the paint, Joyce is still getting 20-plus a game. So they need to go back to the lab with a pen and a pad and try something else. We talking about Texas and what we would do. Who gonna guard Joyce? Who on Texas squad going to guard Joyce Edwards? Is it going to be Jordan Lee? No, she's too small. Is it going to be Justice Carlton? No, she can't guard her. That's the problem. I think Tessa and Madison were going to equal each other out in terms of points of production and defense and so much like that. But I do want to see the bigs go at it. I do want to see Oldacre and Madina go at it. I mean, this is must-see TV. Watching those two bigs go at it. That's going to be fun. And Rory and Raven, they always cancel each other out. So I'm not concerned about that. Who going to guard Tanaya? Okay, watch Tanaya. Okay, Tanaya had 12 points, 2 assists, 6 for 13 from the field. I ain't going to say I guarantee this right here. Damn it, I will say this. Tanaya will have 17 plus points tomorrow game. Book it. And I hope teams continue to give us open mid-range and threes. Other than this basketball game tonight, South Carolina was number 4 in the country in three-pointers. Number 4. I hope Texas leaves us open. What Duke did not do was leave us open because Kara Lawson, she knows that defense. She knows that stuff. I hope Texas does. Please leave us open. We ain't going to be shooting like this tomorrow. 1 for 10. Carolina not going to shoot like that. Well, I hope those things happen. What happens next? I see Cap Will several times. That big smile. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm a smile. I'm a happy man. I really am. I'm a happy man. Larry Gaines, South Carolina must play 4 quarters tomorrow. Texas is much better than Duke. Nice game for Joyce and Madina. Play for 4 quarters. Yeah, they probably won't. Nobody plays well for 4 quarters. Nobody does. Texas sure didn't. UCLA didn't. Duke didn't. Of the 4 basketball teams that played today, none of them played well for 4 quarters. That's why UCLA came back on Texas that long run, because teams are still learning how to gel. Teams are getting better. Teams, it's a lot of different things. Who can play well the longest probably going to win the basketball game tomorrow. You got 2 teams that will probably play each other 3 or 4 times this season. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of Carolina. I'm not a fan of 2 SEC teams being in this tournament, if you will. I am not, because we're going to play them again. Then we're going to play them again. And we might play them again. I ain't a fan of that mess. I'm really not. I'm really not. It's just like, if we play longer stretches tomorrow, more than likely we're going to win that basketball game. We stay out of foul trouble, which hasn't been a big deal to South Carolina so far this season. We'll more than likely win the game. More than likely. Overall, from top to bottom, South Carolina and Texas, in terms of talent overall, are similar. And similar in degrees of talent. You all have 2 very talented basketball teams. You have 2 very talented, coaching staffs. I actually sat beside today, Vic Schaefer's son in the first half of the UCLA and Texas basketball game. Really nice guy, really nice dude. And we chopping it up, talking or whatever, and just you can see the glow that he has for his dad, and I love that because I have my sons, you know what I'm saying. So I love that, and I love my dad. What I'm saying is that first half when Texas was hitting on all cylinders, it was a lot of conversation, a lot of talk. Texas fans was lit, having a ball. Got a little quiet. That 4th quarter, UCLA went on that run because everybody's going to make runs. South Carolina will make a run tomorrow. Texas will also make a run. Who makes the most runs? Who makes the adjustments? Vic Schaefer and Dawn Staley are excellent coaches. I can't wait to see it. This is great for early season basketball. You're talking about November. This is November. A potential national championship game tomorrow. There is a chance that both of these teams more than likely will be in the Final Four. More than likely. That's great. There's nobody ducking, no one. There's nobody ducking, nobody, getting a loss. UCLA just got that L. They could get another L tomorrow. Who knows? Because this is the thing. And here's the thing. And I don't really want to talk about this whole thing with Texas much, but the question came up, whatever. Texas played 7 players. 7. Of those 2 players that played for Texas, one played about 12 minutes, and other played about 14 minutes. The bulk of their starters played 30-plus minutes. And I make that notion because this is back-to-back games. Minutes matter. Tonight, Latson played 26 minutes. Tessa played 31. Joyce played 32. Madina played 31. Raven played 26. Maddy played 19. And I'm so happy that Maddy's getting a lot of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Maddy can get to the cup. I talked to her mom today. Maddy can get to the cup pretty much anytime she wants to. Anytime Maddy wants to go to the rim, she can do that. Now it's just a matter of her playing in the constructs of our offense. But she can get to the bucket. And I love that. But she had 19 minutes tonight. Adhel played 7. Ayla played 2. Maryam played 11. And Agot played 16. Okay. We played all our players. Texas played 7. UCLA played 6. 6 players. We have to talk or have to have that discussion of it being a back-to-back game. Legs might get a little heavy tomorrow. Shots might get a little short. That's just the nature of basketball. Anybody who played basketball and know that if you're playing back-to-back games at the intensity of what these young ladies are doing, there is a problem. There is going to be some fatigue. And I'm sure that these coaches will give them massages, and this training staff will get them right, and they'll do the hot tub and the cold tubs and all these other stuff. But it's still a lot of minutes. It's a lot of minutes. I can't wait for tomorrow's game. I really can't. Larry, no, not that one. Brian SBASN, thank you. We win tomorrow by double digits. Oh, I like that energy. I love that energy. I'll give my prediction tomorrow. I really will. Mr. J, thank you for being a member. You're right. Since 2020, she's been playing. You're right. You're right. I don't even know what to say. What can I say? She's special. She's special. 5 years playing basketball, and you're at this elite level. She's projected to be a top 10 pick in the WNBA draft. She only been playing ball for 5 years. She's scratching the surface, bro, of how great she can be. And it's so great. Man, give her one more year. If Madina gets one more year at South Carolina to go along with a possible returning Chloe Kitts, Joyce Edwards, what if Watkins comes back? Kelsey Andrews, Adhel Tac. Oh my gosh. The endless possibilities of that basketball team next year. Brian SB8SN, Roy Harmon is not scoring 26 points against us, and Madison Booker disappears at times. No Tito's. There ain't nowhere in the world. Rory is not scoring 26 points against no Raven and no Maddy. That ain't happening. You can do that against Kiki. You can do that. But you ain't doing no 26 points against no Raven Johnson. That by any means. And Rory is not a scorer. I love Rory Harmon. She is a baller. She is the truth. But she ain't getting no 26 points against us. That ain't happening. Madison Booker gonna have to play much better than she played today to give Texas the opportunity to win this basketball game. And you're right. At times she does disappear. She does. No Tito's tonight. No Tito's tonight. Might do a little Tito's later on, but not tonight. I got to pace me. I got to get something to eat. I ain't gonna lie. I would, everything been great, so far in this trip in the Ultra Arena. Where the Aces play is really nice arena, really dope. And Chelsea Gray was there, but the food options I wasn't a huge fan of the food options today. It was a lot of things that was closed down or wasn't open. So I wasn't a fan of that. So Captain Will a little hungry. I ain't gonna lie. Danny Joy, saw you behind the Duke bench. What's up? Yeah, I was hanging out behind the Duke bench. And the crazy thing about it, where me and wifey was sitting. It was two, Duke. I guess it was part of the staff. You know, the coaching staff are big. You know, they have a lot of people, assistants, things like that. So it was two young ladies who sat beside us because it was like three. I think it was like three seats that was empty beside us. So they were sitting beside us. And, you know, I was acting a fool. I do. I was. I'm not going to stop my energy because I'm not going to stop my energy if you happen to sit beside me. If you happen to sit beside Captain Will and South Carolina's playing women's basketball, sorry for your loss. I'm going to have a good time. And if you happen to be on Duke's staff, you're about to see me have a good time, you know, because don't let us win. Oh, I'm damn sure gonna have a good time. So, oh my God, Virgil Wimberly, what's good, Captain Will? McKim needs more minutes, especially when Tessa and Latson are off. Agot played. She got 16 minutes. She got 16 minutes. I mean, I know what you're saying because I love Agot too. And Agot got you. What Agot did? She had 4 points, one assist. She always plays some solid defense. She had efficiency of 5. You know, I mean, it's like this right here. Defensively, Tessa's a better player than Agot. Okay. Offensively, Tessa is a better player than Agot. That is clear. That we know that. Okay. She got 31 minutes. Tessa's leading the basketball team in the minutes played. She is leading the team in minutes. Coming into this basketball game, she was averaging a little over 30 minutes per game. Well, tonight she got 31 minutes. Okay. Today, Tessa did not score the basketball well. Well, she does other things well, you know. And in terms of Latson, it took a little while to shake whatever Duke was doing to her. And she still finished off with 12 points and 2 assists. You know. Mel Jacks Y4E. South Carolina will win. Raven locks Rory down, and Booker is not consistent at all. She will give them one good quarter. Agot will handle their bigs. Tessa has to be more selfish. You said a lot. Raven always does a good job with Rory. Rory also does a good job with Raven. We'll see how that balances out. Booker isn't consistent. She isn't. She's a really good basketball player, but she's not consistent against great teams. Will she come out tomorrow and ball out and have an amazing game? That is possible. I wouldn't bet money on it. Not against South Carolina. I wouldn't. Some of the same principles that UCLA does, Carolina would do tomorrow. You know, that is some of the things that the tendencies. When you play a team so often, we play Texas all the time. This coaching staff knows everything about Madison Booker. It's just a matter of doing what's necessary to slow her down. You know, not necessarily stop, because you know you're not gonna. I mean, she's a great player. You're not gonna stop her. You just make it more difficult to get to her spots and make those shots. We have the players that can do that. We definitely had the players that could do that last season with Breezy and with Tessa. Now I think we could still have those same players with Tessa and Agot. And please do not get it twisted. You might see Raven on Madison a little bit as well. You know, and I know that Madison is bigger and stronger than Raven Johnson, but I think Raven can guard her in spells as well. You know, Tessa has to be more selfish. That's a tough one for me, because I agree with you. I agree with you. Tessa Johnson should not be playing 33 minutes and taking 6 shots in any basketball game she plays. She shouldn't. She shouldn't. I want Tessa shooting 10 plus shots per game, every time, every game. You know, tomorrow you might see more of Tessa taking more of an aggressive approach. As long as she's able to guard Madison Booker, I don't care what she does. I mentioned that earlier. Selfish, to a certain degree, I definitely agree with you with that. Madina will handle their bigs. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking for some squabbling up. Squabble up. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow with our bigs versus their bigs. I want to see this is what I don't want to see, Madina getting in foul trouble. I want Madina to play 30-plus minutes tomorrow. If Madina plays 30-plus minutes tomorrow, South Carolina is in a good situation of winning this basketball game. If Madina play about 10 to 15, 17 minutes tomorrow, we got a situation. But that means she got in foul trouble. She has to be on the floor. And so far this season, she hasn't had a big issue with fouls. That needs to happen tomorrow. It really does. She played 30-plus minutes. Captain Will says we got a great chance of winning that basketball game. Ernest Branch said another beatdown. Tessa has to give us more. Beatdown? I don't know about beatdown. But I hope that Carolina plays ball well. I'm going to do my prediction. I'm going to do my prediction tomorrow. I got to give y'all something to look at me for tomorrow. My prediction. You know. KB72977, senior at the Texas UCLA game, Cap, when Roy was dapping up fans. That's what's up. Yeah, that was because we sat behind Texas bench, so they had their fans behind us, and after the game, the girls came through and they start. You got the family. They got their it ain't nothing different. It's the same thing. High school, middle school, little league, whatever you want to call it. You gonna look for your mama, you gonna look for your daddy. You gonna look for your auntie, you gonna look for your uncle. You gonna look for somebody, your cousin, your play cousin you used to, play out on the swing with. You're gonna look for somebody who you know in them stands. That ain't changed. That will always be the case in sports and in life. Me and wifey's, youngest son just finished track last year. And every time we went to a track meet, when he's supposed to be warming up, he's looking out in the stands to see where we at. And he was 22 years old. Okay. But did the same stuff when he was 5. That stuff don't change. Okay. So they walking through, Rory coming through, they climbing, dapping, trying to get her mommy, all those great things. And and then their people rushed them off because they had to go to the locker rooms. But that's what's up. Texas, Texas is a good basketball team. They're a good basketball team. I can't say anything negative in that regard. Brian SB8SN, what were they saying, Cap? So Texas is very vocal. Texas is a very vocal basketball crowd. Their fans are loud. Their fans are boisterous. They love football. They love basketball. It wasn't nothing negative. It wasn't nothing stupid. They was on the referees a lot. So that was a lot of things that was going on. It was nothing negative or anything. I love how we haven't, and I watch a lot of basketball and I go to a lot of basketball games and things like that. It's normally not a lot of silly behavior from the fans because these still are babies. You know what I'm saying? They're somebody's baby. So I hate that when fans take it to another level that it doesn't belong. These are babies. These are girls. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be respectful. But they allowed. Now, in terms with Duke, I don't know what Duke got hyping up, so much. Duke need to learn how to win a damn tough basketball game. Duke need to learn how to win a game. I shouldn't talk about Duke like that. That's wrong. I like Duke. I like Carol Lawson's own time. But Duke need to learn how to win a game even when the team loses 5 or 6 players. I'm just keeping it real. They were hyped. They were hyped. They were like, oh. So they're like, oh. So I'm like, oh, too. But my wife lets me get away with more than I probably should get away with because I love it. I love that energy. I love that energy of basketball. Energy is different. Basketball is different, and because it's a game of runs anyway. So Duke can make a little run. Carolina make a little run. One of their players will do something. One of our players will do something. you know, and I can't be still. It's a problem, man. I just can't be still. So we do something amazing. I'm gonna let everybody know it was amazing. You know, that is just how I go. Larry Kent, so great to see the young ones get so many quality minutes. Mouse, McCurr, Dauda, Adhel all made contributions, but Joyce and Madina were lights out captain. Larry Kent, bro, you say less. Maddy getting 19 minutes in this basketball game and an ability to just calm everything down. Calm everything down. So Tanaya was not playing well offensively. I would say 3/4 of the basketball game. But you have the ability now with Mouse being back to play Raven and Mouse at the same time. So what that does a few things. Number one, defensively, that is a problem for any basketball team trying to bring the ball up or to get their offensive sets going. It's a problem because Maddy's on-ball defense is crazy. Raven's on-ball defense is sick. Those are the situations that they have. So, and with her playing 19 minutes, you know, Agot looks like a gazelle out there running, man. It's so awesome. You know, Ayla will get her run, you know, every so often, but when she's in the basketball game, she does what she does. Adhel does what she does. You know, our bench is not as good as it was last season or 2 seasons ago. That's the real reality of this basketball team. Yet, our bench is young. Our bench is unproven. Our bench is getting better every single game. Our starters are amazing. We are not as deep of a basketball team as we were last season. We weren't. We aren't there yet. But this team is terrific. It's terrific. Let's see. You know what? Texas tomorrow. Championship game. You want to call it that. 14's championship game. Duke and UCLA. That's still a really good basketball game. I'm still going to check it out. That's still going to be a good game. UCLA got some things to fix, though. They got some flaws on their basketball team, much like the rest of, like South Carolina got some flaws. Duke got flaws. Texas got flaws. All these basketball teams got a few flaws. You know, nobody is hitting on every cylinder, and nobody's supposed to. It's November the 26th. It's November the 26th. You ride the course, play some tough games, and win those games. Hopefully, South Carolina wins tomorrow. We go 2-0 at this in this tournament here in Vegas, and we move on and go 7-0, and then we take a little break and we do the whole thing again next week. You know, Chuck Bailey, what's up, my guy? Let's go, Gamecock Nation, rise up. They not like us. Check 5,000. Captain Will, are you concerned about the starting five playing a lot of minutes early in the season? Yes, I am. I'm not. It's a long season, and I'm concerned because we haven't done it. We haven't done it as on a consistent basis. You know, so we've always depended on our depth. So it just looks different. It looks different when I say that Tessa played 31 minutes and Joyce played 32 minutes and Madina plays 31 minutes. It's different for me saying those things. I'm more concerned about our post playing a ton of minutes. And maybe I'm saying it incorrect because the top level teams play their players a lot. Carolina just have not done that. I mentioned that Texas played their top players a lot. If I'm correct, Madison played 38 minutes tonight. Okay? If I'm correct, that's a lot of minutes. You know, but that's what these teams do. This is what when you're playing high level competition and you shorten the bench. Well, UCLA shortened the bench to 6 players and Texas shortened the bench to 7. Carolina still managed to play all, 10 players. But of those 10 players that Carolina played, Adhel only played 7. Ayla played 2. Dauda in her 11 minutes. Dauda plays good basketball in spurts. She really does. Well, she got you 11 minutes. Agot and Maddy consistently getting 15 to 18 minutes in this game is right around what I want for them to be getting. The problem I have is I just get nervous when our post players are playing so many minutes. Maybe I should get used to it, but I don't want to. I don't want our players. It all eventually balance out, but it kind of gets me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Brian SB8 SN Funky Cold Madina, Virgin Wimberley, Joyce and Madina. Whoa, boy, those I post you. There are a lot of great players playing the game of basketball this year. I will post with Joyce and Madina matches up or better than everybody in the country. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. They are amazing. They are tremendous. If this, it's so crazy saying what I'm going to say, if the season ended today, we only played 7 games. We saw both of those 2 players be first team all SEC. Easily. Not even a question. Those 2 players. First team all SEC. It's terrific. Bar said Madina is a problem. She is a problem for real, and we are so blessed to have her. That is so true. That is amazing. And you, the transfer portal for South Carolina, much different than some of these other basketball teams where they use the transfer portal to stock their roster. South Carolina used the transfer portal to fill 2 needs. 2 needs. And we filled them. And it's overflowing with Latson and Madina. I mean, it couldn't be even better. I mean, it's awesome. Bill Mayo, if Tessa gets her shot going, watch out. Well, thank you for chiming in, my brother. Well, I mean, with Tessa, it's a matter of the volume of the shots. It's not a matter of the shots go in. I just wanted to shoot. Tessa is shooting almost 50% from 3. Okay? She shot 50% from 3 tonight, but she only took 2 shots of it. Now, coming into this basketball game, Tessa was averaging about a little over 5 3-point attempts per basketball game. That is good. Okay? But tonight, it was only 2. Again, but they was trying so hard to run off the line and things like that. I wish I could watch this game over again, but I probably won't. I just want more the volume. She's shooting close to 50% from 3. She's shooting, 50% from the field. She's averaging 4 rebounds, 4 assists. She's having a great season so far. I just want her to take more shots. I want Tessa to take between 8 and 10 shots per game. Now, we're not going to see Tessa shoot the ball 15 times, 17 times. We won't. It ain't going to happen. Not in this offense. But I don't want Tessa shooting. Let me scratch that. I don't want Tessa shooting less than 10 shots per game. 10 shots should be a minimum for Tessa Johnson per game. Country Notary, hey Cap, I'm joining live from the game. Duke had no answer for Madina. What's up, Country Notary? A1 from day one. What is good? Virgil Wimberley, Joyce made things look easy. Joyce is a superstar. Raven played well too. Everything you say is so true. Joyce is so awesome, and it's so great. It's so great. Those 2 players, our basketball team is going to quote unquote live or die by those 2 players. They are. If we are going to win a championship this year, Joyce and Madina has to play at an All-American level. And so far through 7 basketball games, they are doing that. They really are. They are playing at an All-American level, and that needs to continue. There are a lot of duos in this country who are terrific, and we hear a lot of them. Hear about some of these duos. When you mention duos, you better say Joyce Edwards and Madina. You better say that. When you talk about some of the best centers. When you mention the best centers in the country, Madina better be talked about. And if she is not talked about, you don't know basketball. Something wrong with you. She is one of the best centers in the country. Okay? That is just a fact. Dan Diedrich, if Madina gets another year with Chloe able to throw her in the entry pass, better she is getting now, it will be unstoppable. That is such a fact. That is a fact. She comes back. If she is able to come back to South Carolina, and if she doesn't go to the WNBA draft, that's a possibility as well. Chloe comes back healthy and better than ever. This team is going to be sick. And we are, let's be real, we are being cheated. South Carolina fans right now are being cheated with Chloe Kitts not playing. We're being cheated. The chemistry, the continuity that Chloe and Joyce had going on this summer before I went to the Big Brother house was unbelievable. They were going to do some things this summer. Hopefully we just gotta wait one more year. That's all we gotta do. Adam Ritter, happy Thanksgiving, Captain. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Just calm down, relax. Go get you an early pre-Thanksgiving meal and chill. We're gonna be good tomorrow. Country Notary, Captain Will, we need to meet up tomorrow for sure. Just DM me. Hit me up so we can talk and chat and catch up. I'm gonna do a pregame show tomorrow talking about the Texas women's basketball team taking on the three-time national champions as we move forward tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is supposed to be about, in terms of sports, about football. No, it's about women's basketball, and I love it. With that being said, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring that gospel Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. Since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.